Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How's everybody doing today? I'm loving life really here on YouTube, and I am a full-time reseller on multiple platforms like eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop. We have a few things we're going to talk about today. If you're brand new here, I've been reselling about 4.5 years now. Wow, 4.5 years already. That's gone fast, but I've done a lot of different things in that 4.5 years, and I've done the live selling, I've done all kinds of things. But if you're brand new here, it's been a different year for me this year, and I'm kind of going to go into that, a little bit of that, while I share with you my 2026 update and what my goals are, what my plans are. I'm trying to look at you guys while I have a glare from my back window. I'm in my car because, if you don't know this, we have 4 people living in our house now, and sometimes it gets a little bit noisy. Plus, we have a brand new puppy, and he is downstairs and wants a lot of my attention. He's just absolutely adorable. Maybe I'll do a screen share of what he looks like. He is, we just got him like a month ago. We had to lay our beautiful Roxy to rest last June, and it's been about 6 months, and my husband was really wanting another dog, and so was I, and I was finally ready, I think, to invite another dog into our home. So we got Charlie. His name is Charlie. We got him almost a month ago now, and he's just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. He's just another little bundle to love on, and we have just fallen in love with him. But he is a little one. He's a dachshund. He's a mini dachshund, and he is just a little squirt. So, and he's a little, kind of like a little pet dog, little lap dog. And when he sees me and my husband around, he just always wants to be loved on and affectionate. He's just the sweetest thing. So hard to record a video when you have a little puppy sitting at your feet, no matter how cute he is. Anyway, so I'm in my car, and I could have recorded upstairs. If you see, I'm wearing the same shirt as my last 2 videos because I have some free time today to actually get some recordings done. So instead of trying to go upstairs and ask my husband to not play his show, because we're kind of having a little bit of a chill day today, and he's upstairs watching a show, he turned his show off so that I could record the last 2 videos, because otherwise he can hear me, I can hear him, because he's literally right next door to where I am. And so instead of asking him to do that, I decided to just come out to the car, get some privacy, and not have to worry about having him do that, so he can relax and enjoy what he's doing. So we are in a quiet spot, and it's a little bit chilly out today, but it's not too bad. Our temperature went up to 46, and it's outside in the middle of winter. So actually, winter started, what, yesterday? Gosh, it's crazy. Anyway, get back to the topic here, Sandra. I'm glad you guys joined me today, and I hope that this video is an encouragement for you guys. Let me kind of share with you what this year has been like for me. It's just been tough reselling for a lot of people. We all know, after watching a lot of videos, that reselling has changed so much in the last year. Not even the last 4 years, but all the shutdowns and everything happened a few years ago that was just absolutely bonkers. We know from that, we've talked about this a little bit before, that because of that, a lot more people have joined the reselling community, most of them part-time, I think. And a lot of them did it because they were wanting some extra income because of all the craziness a few years ago. So, and also live selling became a massive thing, like massive. When Whatnot became a platform a few, like, I don't know, it's been like, what, 6-8 years ago or so? They're still kind of fairly new, but they've been out for a while now. I tried them a couple years ago, and it just didn't work for me. I tried it a couple times off and on. I was determined to make it work. And my husband, I finally just sat down and he says, stop doing resale. Stop doing the lives. It just wasn't working for me. And I'm not going to go into why. If you live sell and it works for you, that's the most important thing. Listing works best for me. So I stopped doing that. But the problem with that is that because when you live sell, it does pull you away from actually listing. And you'll actually hear a lot of people who are live sellers, they started out as listers and they went live selling, and they actually went full-time live selling and stopped listing because it takes so much work to live sell on Whatnot. You can't do both. It just isn't possible. That's why a lot of people who, again, go live selling, they just stop listing. And if they are still listing, they usually have somebody doing the listings for them, with his family or something. For me, live selling wasn't working. And before I went live selling, I was averaging on a monthly basis between $1,500 and $1,700 profit a month doing my listings. When I went to go try and venture doing live selling for that year and a half, I killed my eBay store. I killed my Poshmark store. It just wasn't producing what it had been producing. It feels like it kind of got dark because the sun went behind the trees. Oh, sorry, guys. So it killed my reselling on my platforms. And when my husband and I both agreed, probably about 6-8 months ago, he said, you just need to stop doing the live selling and get back to what was really working for us, which was... Okay, sorry, I'm back. So, my phone had a call coming in and it paused the video. So, my husband and I talked and he's like, you got to stop doing the live selling because it has killed our business. So, for the last 6 months, well, probably a year now, I've been trying to rebuild my business. The problem is that, again, if you've been following me for a while, some of you know that we've had some family trauma and tragedy, okay? Back about a year ago, one of our, some of you know that our oldest son, and I know he's okay with me sharing about this, one of our oldest son was born premature. He was born at 26 weeks gestation. And a few years ago, apparently he was having some issues with his brain because of the brain hemorrhage that he had. And he had a 2-level brain hemorrhage when he was just a couple weeks old. From what the specialists have explained to us, that sometimes when there's brain trauma like that with people when they're a baby, I just feel like this is really dark for you guys. I'll just come up closer. When they're a baby, I come out to the car and everybody's wondering where I am. That was my son wondering where I was. So I'm just going to kind of move the phone around so you guys can see me a little bit better. So as a baby, he had a 2-level brain hemorrhage when he was a baby, and it caused brain trauma to his brain, permanent brain trauma. It actually damaged apparently 2 parts of his brain from what we understand now. He's 32 now. He just turned 32. And talking with the specialists, this is what we figured out just based on his history and just what he's been going through. Anyway, about a year ago, he started having major seizures and some other things going on with his brain from these issues. And it just completely threw us off. We have spent literally the last year through some horrible stuff. He is fantastic, but the stuff that he has had to go through to get to where he's at, to get stable, has been absolutely horrible. And it's taken a lot of emotion for my husband and I when you're watching your own child go through such a horrible situation. He ended up moving in with us out here in South Dakota. He was living in Montana with my parents at the time. Moved out here last November. So he's been living here for about 13 months now. This all started a month after he moved in. I'm not going to share with you what all was happening to him because it is kind of personal and private, but seizures were part of it, and they were really, 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 really bad seizures, guys, really bad. But when you're trying to get in to see a specialist, it takes like months to see a specialist out here. It's insane. So it's taken us getting in to see specialists and taking care of him. So all that's been going on for the past year. And then the day we had to put Roxy to rest in June, I got a phone call from my dad. Again, some of you already know this. And he called me to let me know. It was like 2 hours after we put Roxy to rest. I got a phone call from my dad, and he let me know that he had just been diagnosed with leukemia. I'm going to try really hard not to cry. 2 weeks later, I got another phone call that he had collapsed. He was doing treatment, but he'd collapsed and he was in the hospital, and the doctor basically told him the treatment isn't working. And it went from your bone marrow into your bloodstream. Now, keep in mind, when they told him to do treatment, they said it could give you up to 2 years of life. And he did that because he wanted my mom to have the ability to kind of acclimate to what's going on and, try to get things settled and rearranged and all that and give my mom time. So they said you could have up to 2 years. Well, I know better. But I wasn't expecting it to be as fast as it was. So when I got that phone call, literally the next morning, I flew out to Montana. I dropped everything, my business. Dan took care of Isaac, and I jumped on a plane and I went out to Montana. I got there, picked my mom up, went to the hospital, and he put him on hospice. Now, I've worked in nursing as a caregiver. I know what hospice is. Many of you do. And I knew that with his diagnosis, I know with leukemia, I knew with what the doctors were saying that he did not have long. We got him home, and a few days later, he stopped talking, he stopped eating, and within a week, he was gone. I had to do the funeral services for my mom because she couldn't literally. My mom has dementia. She's 80 years old, and she has dementia. She just has not a good memory, and just, yeah. So I had to take care of all that while finishing packing up their house and taking care of funeral services. And thank goodness their church they were going to really, really helped. If it weren't for them, I could not have done it. And then we drove my mom back here, and now she lives with us on top of Isaac. So as you can imagine, the last year has been really difficult. And it took me 2 months to get her established. I didn't do a lot with my business. I started listing again back in September, and things have been going well. My business is growing. But guys, the holidays have been really hard for me. I'm trying really hard not to cry. I miss my daddy. And this last 2 months has been really, really hard for me. Not just because of what Isaac's been going through. My dad, my mom has dementia. I'm a paid caretaker for my son. And now I'm taking care of my mom also. While I run my house, take care of my house, take care of my husband, and run an eBay store. It's a lot. But I do it. I enjoy eBay. And that my husband and I have worked very hard to get it where it is. We both agreed that we were not just going to drop eBay. So he actually does my listings now. I do the photographs, and starting a couple weeks ago, because we're increasing our number of listings that we do, my husband said, hey, you know what, I'm really good at the computer stuff, you're really good at the photo stuff. So as of a couple weeks ago, my husband does my listings for me, which is fantastic. It frees up my time to source, frees up my time to do other things. So I am now running my eBay business, Poshmark, all that stuff, right? It's all in one. Maintain my house, do the cooking, cleaning, all that stuff. Run my mom and Isaac to all their appointments, all their things, run errands, maintain my house. I do it all. I don't know how I do it, but I do it all. So this year has just been, now y'all know I'm a Christian, so there's no way I'm going to use a cuss word, but it's been a crappy isn't really a cuss word, but I don't even like using that word. It's been a really, really bad year. My emotions have been so all over the place, and during my prayer time with the Lord, I've been just asking the Lord to help me to just be the wife, the mom, the daughter that I need to be to accomplish what I need to accomplish. Because I know without His strength, I could not do what I'm doing. There's just no way. It's because of Him that I'm doing what I'm doing. I have to do what I'm doing because it's not anybody else's responsibility. It's my husband and I's responsibility to take care of our son. It's my husband and I's responsibility to take care of my mom now that my dad's gone. So it's our responsibility. It's my responsibility to run my eBay store and do all that, and he helps me with all that. Family takes care of family. It's just that simple. We don't believe in shoving them off to other people. So I have had to spend a lot of time in my bawling, crying. I cannot tell you how much I've cried in the last even 2 months. Just because it's been very overwhelming, very stressful. I'm trying to get through this part of it quickly, you guys. I'm not trying to make you feel sorry for me. This is what it is. We're talking about what this year has been. So between the changes in reselling, the platforms and all that stuff, and all of that going on, it's just been one of those years that my husband and I never, ever, ever want to repeat. I'm trying really hard to get to the mental space and the emotional space that when the first of the year hits over, which is next week, that I'm trying to cope with things better, and I'm trying to be more productive. I'm trying to figure out a better schedule for myself because I really want to grow my business. Now let's get to what my goals are this year, you guys. I was doing $1,500 to $1,700 a month. I would like to get to the point this year where I'm back up to $2,000 profit a month. I'm hoping that by summertime, I'll be at least at $1,000 to $1,500. It's going to take time to grow it again. Because I was only doing 5 listings a day when I started this. And now I'm doing 10 listings a day. And I do list 7 days a week. So if some of you want to know. But I am scheduling my weekend listings. So I do not do listings on the weekends, but I'm either sourcing or the house or whatever. I'm always busy on Saturdays. We take Sundays off. I have to have one day where I'm not doing a lot of stuff. Now, obviously, I do like, offers and things like that. But I don't actually do listings on weekends. So my goal, I'm looking at a piece of paper here. My goal is to do men's and women's. If I see a good kiss piece, yes, I'll pick that up, and obviously accessories and things like that. But my goal is to do more men's pieces. I do men's pieces very well. I've been doing a lot of research. If you've already watched my haul videos, the last couple haul videos that I've had, I am still picking up certain brands, but I'm focusing major for women on fabric content. The linens, the cottons, the wools, I'm not doing polyester anymore. That was one of my issues that I had previously. Things weren't selling because they were garbage pieces. So I'm looking at fabric content. Right now I'm listing 10 items a day. We're doing 14 items a day because we list for the weekends as well during the week, Monday through Friday. So we're doing 14 items a day, Monday through Friday, to schedule for Saturdays and Sundays also. My goal is to get to the point I'm doing 15 to 20 listings a day by summertime. It's not just, we can do that many, it's having the ability to get that much stock in at one time. So I'm working on that. I just started going to the bins a couple months ago, and it's going very well. I have a funny story. I think I shared this in one of my haul videos. So I went down to the bins. When did I go? Monday. So 2 days ago, I went down to it was Saturday. Went down to the bins to go do some sourcing. I was so excited because we've had storms here lately. I couldn't get out. I couldn't drive safely. I could get out, but I couldn't drive safely because we've had some blizzards and some storms. We got about 7 inches of snow. So traveling was not an option to go down to Sioux City, which is about an hour and 40 minutes from me, to go to the bins. So I haven't been to the bins in a few weeks now, and I really miss it. I went out and I got all the way down there and realized that I didn't have money. I didn't have my purse. I left my purse at home, so I didn't have money. So I got all the way down there, realized I didn't have my purse. So I drove all the way back home. While I'm driving, while I'm doing that trip, it's really good time for me to just think about, process my business, organizing, just things, there's just a lot of good thinking time when you're doing that, right? So on my way back, I'm thinking, how can I be really, really productive? Because yes, I was bummed, but it was what it was. So I got back home. I got so much accomplished that afternoon, so it actually worked out really well. Hopefully it's not too dark. There we go. That's better. So I got a lot of stuff done that afternoon when I got back. A lot of stuff. I reorganized some inventory, just got a lot of things done, cleaned a lot of my house that I couldn't get around to for a couple of weeks. So I got some really good stuff done. I got outsourcing yesterday. You'll see those hauls here coming up soon. I'm going to be going back down this Saturday. So the Saturday after Christmas. Going to be going back down. My goal is to get about 180 to 100 pounds. I don't know if I'm going to be going the next weekend, but my husband and I have already agreed that these Goodwill bins are definitely a benefit to our business. I'm still sourcing the thrift stores, but because the COG is so low, I go down and I'm down there all day. I get there when they open at 10. I typically don't leave until like 4 or 5, drive back, and I'm home in the earlier evening. So I'm there all day long, sourcing for usually about 6 hours. So it's worth it because I want to take as much advantage of it as I can, do as many rotations as I can. Right now I'm going every other week. If I need to go every week, so be it. I know some people. I was watching a gentleman the other day. His bins is 2 hours away and he goes 2 to 3 times a week to source for his business. So you know what? I'm okay with going once a week if I need to. So my goal is to get to the point where I'm listing 15 to 20 items a day. I'm hoping by next year, I'm listing 20 to 30 items a day, maybe 20, 25 items a day. I think that's a good goal to accomplish the amount per month that I want to accomplish. So between changes with platforms, personal stuff going on, this has just been a really rough year. And there's a lot more resellers reselling now. Although I did see a stat on ChatGTP on AI that they were saying a lot of people started reselling back when things went crazy a few years ago. But not a lot of people stuck with it because reselling is hard work, you guys. Plus, a lot of people went back to jobs and things like that. So yes, I think there's been an increase in reselling. But I don't think there's as many people that are working full time. This is what they do in reselling is what people think. I definitely would say that there's a brand saturation. So you do need to be mindful of that and you need to figure out for your business what works. Some brands sell really well for some people and some don't for other people. And we don't know why that is, but it is what it is, right? So you just have to figure out for your own business what does well. And on that thought, I thought about doing a separate video for this, but since we're talking about it, I'm just going to go and talk about it here real quick. Somebody commented to me about how they were frustrated in one of the comments in one of my last videos. They were frustrated because in reselling, when people talk on YouTube about how this is such a great brand, and then over time that brand becomes oversaturated, because everybody talks about it. I think I agree with that 100%. It is very, very true. That does happen because it gets around on YouTube and everybody starts selling it and boom, it's oversaturated, right? So that's one of the reasons why this last year, I made the decision a few months ago, probably late summer. I still do brands that I was doing before, but only if the fabric content is doing well for me. And I also do now my mind's going blank. I don't just brand source. I source based on style and stuff like that too. But when it comes to men's items, it doesn't go style based. Women's items are style based and brand based. Men's items are just men's items. Yeah, there are certain items certain brands that do really well in men's items. But honestly, for men's items, except for I don't ever pick up oh, what's a brand I never pick up? Like Grand Slam. Brands like that you just don't pick up. But there are men's pieces that aren't typically popular, but if it's a good fabric content similar to what some women's pieces are, they will do well if they're priced at the right price. Okay, my objective is just to find good men's pieces, good women's pieces, and sell both. And I'm not just gonna I have some vintage that I picked up that have done very well. I sold a Craft and Barrel really wonderful women's piece that was a sweater, sold on eBay a couple weeks ago, and it sold for $35. So I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye. I got that at the bins for $1.30. So definitely be going to keep an eye out on pieces like that can do well like that. So vintage, style-based, men's, women's, I'm going to be doing it all. And I'm not just going to list certain things on one platform. I'm going to list all of it everywhere. And where it sells, because you just don't know where it's going to sell. Some people say that men's pieces don't do well on Poshmark. I don't agree with that. I think that men's pieces are doing better. In fact, I actually researched that, and men's pieces are actually growing on Poshmark. The men's category is growing on Poshmark, and I want every bite of that I can get. So I'm not just going to be listing my men's on eBay and Depop. I'm going to be listing them on Poshmark as well, and I'm not going to do a separate store. It's all going to be in one. So my goal is to list everything everywhere. And where it sells, I'm going to take it, right? So my goal, like I said, is to be listing 15 to 20 pieces by summer to hopefully be able to get enough inventory. And then hopefully by 2027, maybe doing 25, 30 pieces a day. And again, my husband's going to be doing the listings for me. I just do the photography. And so my goal is in the morning, I get my photography done. Because what I've actually been doing is doing the day before for the next day's listing. So my photographs that I did today, we're scheduling all of our stuff. So all that stuff is scheduled to go live tomorrow. So what I did today is going live tomorrow. So yeah, I'm actually a day ahead of myself. So I've made some changes in how I'm doing things. It's going very, very well so far. But I would really like to get back up to the 1,500 to 2,000 range by summertime, if at all possible. If I don't meet that goal, I know that I'm actually going to be further ahead than I am now. So wherever I end up, I'm going to be thrilled with. And then we'll just make another big goal and just keep it going, right? So that is kind of where we're wanting to be next year. We got a lot of growth that we want to do, and I'm super excited about it. I do want to be doing more YouTube. I know I've been slacked in YouTube, especially the last month. And again, it's just been a rough couple months for me with the holidays and just everything that's been going on. It hit me so much harder than I expected to. I'm still grieving. I'm still mourning, but I'm trying to work through it. I'm trying to just keep my business rolling. And honestly, I just haven't had time either to do YouTube videos because I've had so much going on with my mom, Isaac, and just some different things that happen there. And they are my priority, even though my business is a priority for us too. But My business comes before YouTube. Let's just put it that way. If I am either doing business, eBay or YouTube, it's eBay. Because right now we make money with eBay. And I don't make money with YouTube right now. So I do this because I love YouTube and I love sharing it with you, but I don't get paid for YouTube right now. I'm not to the point on YouTube where I'm doing that. Hopefully one day I will. But right now this is just a fun thing for me. So this comes after reselling. So hopefully I'll be able to start doing at least one upload a week again. That's my goal, to be able to do that. Between bins hauls, sold videos, thrift store hauls. And if there are other types of videos, I thought about maybe trying to like vlog day in the life once in a while when I'm able to do that. So if you like all that stuff, feel free to subscribe. I've got a lot of people who watch my videos and are not yet subscribed. So if you're so inclined, please just hit that subscribe button. It is free of charge and it just helps my business to grow. I'm like 50 short of 500 subscribers, and I'd really love to get to 500 subscribers. So guys, I'm not going to drag this on. If you're still with me, thank you so much. Do give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what your 2026 goals are. I'm excited to know what you're going to be changing, what you're going to be tweaking for your own business. How's things going for you in reselling? Are you still sourcing thrift stores? Do you source the bins? What are you doing? And guys, as always, be productive. We will see you next time. Take care. Love you guys. So appreciate all of you. And we'll see you soon.